Hey there. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Blind Buys. Summer has definitely gone, and it's time to move on to some other fragrances that are perhaps more suited for the winter or just the colder months. I have a lot of summer-oriented fragrances, but I've also got a whole bunch that are probably better suited for fall and winter. Some things can just be too heavy. They don't really belong being worn out in the summer. I just feel like certain fragrances give off the vibe that they're just going to be too thick to wear in the summer. This one, I believe, is probably somewhere along those lines. I think it may do well in the winter as well, but we've been having some cold weather here in New York, so it's a good time to do this fragrance otherwise. I got two requests pretty much back to back, so this works out very well all the same. Friend of the channel, Rogue, asked for something from the Azzaro Wanted line, and just prior to him, 10 Hours Music 99 asked for literally this fragrance. The fragrance is, and you've seen it on the title, Azzaro's The Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense. Now, this came out in 2021, and it was followed up in 2022 by The Most Wanted Parfum. There is also multiple others before this, Wanted Tonic, just all sorts of fragrances in the line. This is the only one I have of the Wanted line. I have some of the Azzaro Pour Hommes as well. We'll get into those eventually. But there's no really point in jawing on any longer, so we're just going to open this gift set. You just kind of got to trust me that I've never opened it before. It comes with a 100 mil. They've got 3.4 ounce listed, and it comes with a little 10 mil sprayer that I think I will probably just give away in the future. So there's the first look. And this is the black bottomed bottle. Wow, it's a lot larger than I had actually thought. Boy, look at that. Pretty nice presentation. Stiff cap. It's a lot heavier than I thought it would be. This is a lot chintzier and plasticier. I wore my best black shirt, so the contrast is just god-awful. You can see it squiggles around a little bit. Not the biggest fan of that, although otherwise presentation is vaguely nice. So we will give her the old 1, 2, maybe third will do. Third's a little squishy. And fourth for the Foley. I did cheat a little bit. I read the notes, or part of the notes earlier. And this has that distinct cardamom kind of smell, cardamom amber sort of fragrance to it. It's definitely warm, spicy. The accords on our old Fragrantica Cop Out are warm, spicy, amber, woody, sweet, aromatic, and caramel. And that's just the worst sound in the entire world. I do kind of like the bottle, although it's way huger than I really thought it would be. Probably larger than it needs to be. Let's get some notes going. This is very nice. It's the caramel comes out. It sort of reminds me of Stronger With You Intensely. It's got that caramely, ambery sort of smell. They kind of fill the same void. So if you've got one, I think you got the other. Although Stronger With You Intensely doesn't have the cardamom top on it. And this definitely does. In terms of notes, Fragrantica doesn't really give us anything. It's cardamom, toffee, and amber wood. So not a lot to go off on there. This sort of reminds me of the Valentino's Born in Roma Coral Fantasy. It does the same thing as that. So once again, if you have that, you don't need this. Just kind of saying. But boy, this is really nice. I do enjoy this. It's pretty nice. This 10 mil comes with its own funny little cap. I'll take that out and store it with all the other samples and stuff I have. Very nice. I really do like this. This is a very enjoyable fragrance so far. I wonder how it's going to hold up in the cold, whether or not it's going to project well enough to get through maybe a hoodie or two. This will smell very nice. This is perfectly timed, so thank you both to Rogue and Music Lover. Sorry, 10 Hours Music. For requesting this. This is perfectly timed. Very nice. Yeah, very nice. Almost a hint of kind of like an appley, green appley kind of top up there. It's certainly not just those three notes. Yeah, a little bit of alpha isomethyl in there. Yeah. Where's the, yeah, coumarin right up top there, right after limonene. It's fourth ingredient. So, typical kind of soft molly fragrance. Really nice. I'm going to wear it for, you know, however long I end up wearing things. It seems to have been stretching out a little bit there, a little bit too much. But that really boils down to extra work on the weekends. So hopefully we pick it up and maybe don't wear this for too extra long, since we already do have stuff that fits in the same vein. So I'll see you on the other side of the waterfall. Thanks for sticking with me, you guys. Okay, folks. It's been a little more than a week that I've been wearing Azzaro's The Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense. So it's about time that we can wrap this one up. Not because I particularly dislike this one or anything like that. Just to try and keep things moving. I try to keep things to a week. Other fragrances get much more time than that. It's not on purpose. I think a week is generally about a good amount of time to get a good wearing, a good base idea of what we're dealing with. So the perfumers, multiple on this, are Shimala, Maison Dew, Najle Garlatezek, I'm butchering names, I apologize, and Michael Gerard. I think Givaudan is also listed on there as well. The batch code is kind of neat. Instead of being a sticker, like most things, you're not going to be able to see that. This is actually etched on the bottle, the batch code. So the batch code is ABUDOEL, which gives us a born on date of December 2021. And considering this fragrance came out in 2021, this is an earlier bottle. Definitely has had time to, age, macerate, whatever you guys want to get in on about. It's had time. It's not a brand new offering. And it was, I would assume, the original production, original formulation, if there is any difference in formulations. I got this off of Fragrance Buy for not a great deal. I paid $119.95. They list 3.4 ounces on the bottle, and that gives us a $35.279 per ounce. Like I said, not a great deal. It's actually pretty expensive if you don't count the extra sample, the 10 ml sample on there. I'm not going to count that since I'm going to slip it into a giveaway box. down the line, as I will with all the other dumb samples and stuff I have. But yeah, $35.28 is pretty expensive for this fragrance, I have to say. Azzaro is not like a massive, it's a pretty decent sized name, but it's not like Chanel or Dior or anything like that. If you walk down the street and tell people you're wearing Azzaro, I would say, at least in my area, 100% of the people are not going to have any idea what you're wearing. So, that being said, name notwithstanding, or however you would go about saying that, I'm lacking a little bit today. But projection on this, it's something to write home about. This is an 8 or a 9. This projects very well. If beast mode is defined as being able to smell yourself throughout the duration of the wearing, then you can define this as a beast mode fragrance. You can smell this on yourself for a good 7-8 hours, I believe. That's what I was getting out of my wearings. Not working up too much of a sweat, but I was getting good huffy huffs up in my own face, you know, many hours in. It starts off as, you know, the warm, spicy cardamom style fragrance, mall fragrance, warm, spicy mall fragrance that, let's face it, is actually pretty common. But it moves into a nice toffee note that is actually the main duration of the fragrance. It's sweet and it's caramely and it's really quite nice. Towards the end of the wearing, it's more like a vanillic body lotion. You're gonna have to get up close to start smelling that kind of that note. It tails off, you know, maybe in that 12th hour or so, 10 to 12 hours. But like I said, good longevity, 8 hours strong, 10 to 12 hours of wear. This is, you know, quote unquote beast mode fragrance. It's this was a nice fragrance to wear. It was probably a bit forward of me to say that if you have Coral Fantasy or Stronger With You Intensely, that you have this already. It has that spicy cardamom top that is present in multiple fragrances. It has the same similar caramely toffee note that Stronger With You Intensely have, but like with many other things, once you put them side by side, they are distinct in their own right. That being said, if you blind buy this and you already have one of those, upon first whiff, you might be inclined to say you messed up, that you already have this, that kind of thing. It does wear slightly different. It is a slightly different fragrance. Do you really need something to fit between Coral Fantasy and Stronger With You Intensely? Probably not. But that's just what we're doing here on this channel, is just filling in the gaps for no good reason. So, good fragrance. Blind buy at your own risk at all times. Yeah. Anyways, guys, find something that is as unique as you are. Wear it unabashedly. And until the next time I see you, talk to you, or anything else, take it easy, you guys. Thanks.